Hey everybody, welcome back to Covers and Commentary, and welcome back to another episode of Drummer Reacts. And this time around, we're watching a drummer who I'm not particularly familiar with. I've heard of the Mars Volta band. I'm not familiar with their drummer, but I am familiar with Rush, one of my favorite bands. Neil Peart has been one of my inspirations in terms of drumming. In fact, the drumsticks that I use when I demonstrate different sticking techniques is a Neil Peart edition of the Pro Mark. I think these are 5As. No, these are 5Bs, I think. Something. Anyway, I've listened to Rush for a long time. I have tried to learn what I can drum-wise from them. Neil Peart is just on a totally different level. But anyway, we're watching the drummer from the Mars Volta here on Drumeo learning how to play a Rush song. Hearing Rush for the first time, which blows my mind. As a drummer, I feel like everybody who wants to learn drums needs to listen to something from Rush. Anything. Tom Sawyer, Limelight, Subdivision, anything. You need to listen to it. It's incredible. So, with that being said, let's dive in and have a listen to this drummer playing Rush for the first time. I wonder which song they're going to use.
I cannot wait for the public to see this.
Oh, shit.
They're going to lose their minds.
Oh, it is! It's Limelight!
Damn, that's it's
yes!
a hard song.
So you've never heard that?
No.
That is awesome.
Drumeo strikes again.
If I don't approach it from a fun angle right now, I will just
Okay, hold on. Drum kit time. So we've got... we got Meinl. Oh, Meinl everywhere. Byzance. Okay. So we've got a big old 19 medium thin crash. I'm assuming that's probably an unlathed crash. Probably also a 19. It looks like... I don't know what that is over there. I'm not as familiar with Meinl, even though that's been my primary ride cymbal forever. We got a little Byzance splash stack, and then a nice little hi-hat. It looks like it's a big hi-hat, something probably in the neighborhood of a 16, 17 inch. And then we've got a secondary, it looks like a secondary floor tom on the left side. We got the right side big tom, mid tom up top. Good kit, Evans heads. These are the DB1s for the toms. Yes, DB1. Oh, interesting. Mix is all over. Okay. Well, anyway, let's keep going.
freak the
What is the actual kit? Oh man, that's gonna be hard to play.
Philo, are you ready?
Philo.
I'm gonna give you a song that we've taken the drums out of.
Right.
Hopefully you haven't heard the song. Basically,
don't know how to say that last
name.
name.
The song however you want, and I guess for anyone who doesn't know you, which band do you play for? What are you known for playing, stylistically?
I think stylistically, people would put me into kind of more the groove-oriented hip-hop kind of world, just from what they know from the internet. Plot twist is that I play for the Mars Volta, so I guess I'm a rock drummer too.
Okay. Okay, so the Mars Volta is more rock. Interesting.
That would classify you as a rock drummer. All right, so we're gonna load up the song.
Get the notes out. Get the notes out. Oh, that is gonna be that is a hard time signature too. I love that Sleep Token sweatshirt too. Oh, they cut it off. Well, that makes sense.
I don't know that song.
Let's go. Unbelievable.
Oh, it's gonna be so hard for them. She's gonna have a hard time figuring that out. I love this song too.
You've never heard that?
No.
That is awesome.
Drumeo strikes again.
At the very end of the video, we'll play you the original song and basically compare your creative process. And what
I'll be
you come
curious
up with
what her
to the
liner notes are
original.
going to be.
Yeah.
I'll be curious what the liner notes are going to be because it's going to be kind of difficult because of how syncopated a lot of the sections are. And just from that little preview we got at the start, I feel like some of this stuff is going to be a run-in. You were basically just going to rely on the cymbal play a lot more than the sort of plats, plats kind of things that you get from Neil Peart, that very just syncopated, tight performance that you normally get. So we'll see.
I'll tell you what it is if you play drums on it.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think?
It's a pretty hard song.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's like not an easy form or anything.
God, no.
How long is that? It felt like 11 minutes.
What's your typical process, like learning a Mars
Any
Volta
Rush song is long.
I usually just listen to it and start playing along with it. Like, I just start jamming out
there you go.
to the songs. And
one of the most important things you can ever do as a drummer is listen. Which is hard because if you play without hearing protection like I do, or did, you get hearing damage. But one of the best things you can do as a drummer is just listen to what's being played. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments saying, well, if you're going to listen a lot, you should stop pausing the video and listen to what they have to say. But it's education. I'm telling you things that I've learned from experience, which is to listen. Because what you'll find is that there's a lot of patterns that you can kind of pick up on throughout various songs that work together with one another. So, what one fill might work in this song, and then you'll be listening to another song that has a similar groove but is different, and that same fill can work somewhere else. It's good to be flexible like that.
And try to catch the integral parts of it and stuff.
Oh, it's a snare over there.
Just because there's like so many like weird integral parts of.
Yeah, it's a snare. I think it's a snare. So it's not a mid-tom. I think it's a snare floating over here. Maybe. We'll see.
With and stuff. I will have to take notes just because there's like so many like weird stuff.
Weird stuff,
You want to take this from the top for another listen?
Oh yeah.
All right. Here it is.
God, that is going to be so hard. You're using an iPad Pro, okay.
Okay. Damn.
Some early generation iPad Pro too.
It is a hard song.
Whoa.
When we were scheming for this video, like, man, the drummer from the Mars Volta, how do we stump a drummer who plays with a band like that?
I'm gonna have to listen to the Mars Volta because that's pretty high praise. How do we stump a drummer who plays for a band like that? I don't know who they are.
Got me. I was trying to pay attention to time.
Okay. Oh, so time signatures. Yeah. Okay. Not the. That's like my handwriting, which is terrible because I sometimes can't even read my own handwriting. Yeah. Well, she picked up on the time signature pretty well.
Signatures, but I just feel like I just want to play this. Like I don't want to be counting.
Oh, she's got the same, I think, thicker drumsticks than these, but same ProMark sticks. That's kind of cool. I am not a big fan of ProMark, but I got these because I figured they were kind of special. And then I played them, and that's when I learned I didn't like ProMarks, or at least didn't like the size of these ProMarks.
So I'm just trying to figure out like where it starts and where it ends, basically. But
yeah.
I feel like if I don't approach it from a fun angle right now, I will just like freak the so, like,
I'm loving it. That's great.
Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. I gotta go back here. Interesting. So she plays with one shoe on for the hi-hat clutch, and then one shoe off. That's interesting. Like she plays one foot or one shoe on, one shoe off. I personally don't like playing barefoot on the drums, but it is. I can see how it could be comfortable. Also, it looks like single pedal. Yep. Lots of the drummers they've had on here like single pedal. That's interesting. All right, so let's. That's getting somewhere.
How do you feel about some of the?
That's really getting somewhere.
Coming together.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it sounds over there. I'm having fun.
That's such a great attitude. I don't know how it sounds over there, but I'm having fun. That is awesome. That's exactly how you should approach something like this. I love when these drummers, even if they don't know the song or they don't feel like they're quite getting it, they have such a great attitude, and I love it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it sounds over there. I'm having fun.
That's great. Never heard Rush, right? Actually, you know, something interesting, and I'll say this now, so that way we can kind of appreciate the whole playthrough when they get to it. But something interesting that I'm noticing is, and I've never thought about this before with Rush, the guitars and like the rhythm that's given through the way the guitars are played and the vocals, the way the vocals are sung, that very da 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 da, like that kind of thing, those can, if you listen well enough, those can inform what's going to happen, where you can go, what patterns work with the drums. That's actually kind of interesting that's kind of interesting that's one of those things I never noticed because I always played Rush with the drum track. But hearing somebody play it fresh like this without a drum track, or making their own drum track, that's interesting. I like it. Yeah. Definitely doing what I said they were going to do. She's leading into some of these points with an open, just heavy reliance on the crash ride there, which works, but it's definitely not as like really tight as you get from Rush. What's interesting though is you can still tell. I mean, obviously you know it's a Rush song, but the drums still follow along and feel correct. And this isn't even the final take, which I love. That ending though is going to be hard. A great time too.
It's so fun.
It's really fun. I love Rush.
For like a final take, or is that kind of where you leave it?
The sky's the limit, eh?
You want to do one more take all the way through?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay.
Go for it, girl. Take. Get it. Get it.
Let's see how it goes.
Yes. I don't know what that symbol is, but I love the sound. It's so weird to hear this in halftime too. This bridge or this verse. It works though. I love it. This is great. So she's really leaning into the same kind of things you'd expect. Like I was saying, you get that information from the instruments that da 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 da, and so she's using that she's using those little licks and those little like points through the song with the instrumentals to inform where the drums are going to go. So like this. Yeah. So yeah. Ooh, little flicks there. I love it. What was that? That's wow. It's so weird to hear like these. Wow, that's really cool. So she's playing with the toms a lot more, and whatever that symbol is over there. It's like a giant stacked hi-hat. Yeah. Definitely not as complicated in the obviously because it's not familiar with it, but definitely not as complicated as the transition that Neil Peart usually does into those sections. Star Classic. Okay, that's the drum kit she's using. Neat. I'm not as familiar with them. Sounds good, though. I love her use of like single snare hits with a deliberate pause. That works really well because like when you're learning it, you're gonna have like sort of, I mentioned this before with Chad Smith, the kind of like almost sort of a herky-jerky kind of motion moving to it, but she's smoothly transitioning to them, but deliberately leaving pauses to really play to that syncopated nature for the song. I like that a lot. Okay, playing a little bit with the hi-hat and the crash ride. Oh, I love that. That's a... Ooh. That's a very different way to approach that solo. Going way, way slower. Okay, we're listening to that whole solo again. I'm sorry. We're listening to that whole thing again. Nope, didn't go far enough. Here we go. Almost going for more of like a, not a jazz style, but very deliberate and slow. Okay. At the beginning, when she said about being more of a groove style drummer and also rock, that right there, that very like slow, deliberate plays to the strengths of the instrumental style solo there, wasn't a solo for her, but it was a solo for the guitar. That is a perfect example of groove, like a good groove drummer. The bass drum kept up with the pattern of the guitar. The bass, and everything lended itself to the other instrumentals as it should, and as Rush's normal plays with the drums normally do with Neil Peart. But that was a really interesting take on it, and it still fit really well. This is great. on, get that ending.
You even nailed the ending.
Yeah, pretty damn
unreal.
Close.
I cannot wait for the public to see this.
Wow.
They're gonna lose their minds. Any like final thoughts on learning that song, or anything that like stood out to you that you were like trying to pick up on as you were learning it?
I mean, I think the most striking thing for me was that like there is some op meter going on. There are like some strange parts, and I tried to angle it from like the academic side of music and like writing it down and like counting and stuff, but actually it was just way more rewarding to just like jump into the cold water and start playing. And I felt very comfortable doing this, even though I had no idea what's gonna happen. So yeah, it's really worth just giving stuff a try.
That's amazing.
Like,
I want to hear her take on it now.
For me.
On the original.
Okay, well,
I want to hear what her thoughts are on the Yes.
Okay.
The song is called Limelight, and the band is Rush. And Neil Peart on drums, the Canadian legend.
But it's coincidence, right, that I have the Neil Peart.
What? No way. No freaking way.
Signature drumsticks, yeah.
You're playing his signature sticks.
I thought that like, because ProMark has the wow. Okay. That's so cool. Oh my god, I'm nerding out right now. Wow.
Signature drumsticks, yeah.
You're playing his signature sticks. Of course.
But like that is like super cool because I usually don't use those. You know, I had to remember so many things like flying out here, and then I like had everything ready, and I look at my stuff and I'm like, I didn't bring any sticks. So the only pair of sticks I had at home were these.
That's amazing.
It all comes full circle for a reason.
Insane.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
That's
okay, so we're gonna
awesome.
play the original from the top.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Da, 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 da.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is what I was saying about it not being as complicated. Her version.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, see, the version wasn't as complicated. Hers wasn't, but it still fits so well. So good. Yeah. The irony of her kit being as simple and refined as it is, you've got, I assume, what is probably a left side snare now that I'm seeing it, plus the main snare, a mid tom, a floor tom, and some cymbals. Oops, hit the mic. The fact that all of that is what she played this with, and this is written by a man who like surrounded himself with drums to play the songs, like, man, that is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Intense.
Gonna have to go and listen to Rush now.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool drum part.
For
Yeah,
me, as a
it is.
Canadian drummer growing up in Canada, it's like we all listened to Rush as kids.
Right.
And coming from somewhere else, like you hadn't heard that drum part and had no frame of reference.
Yeah.
What the original was.
Yeah.
Like I had never heard this song any other way, and
Right.
it's cool to see a totally different approach.
Yeah. I'm glad I could give you this experience. Like, thank you for trusting me with this in the first place. Like,
it was more for us than it was for you.
That's amazing.
Let's see what the German is doing. Thank you for putting me
see
on
what the
this
German's
incredible journey to learn Limelight, right? To learn Limelight by Rush here in Canada on Canadian soil. What an honor to do this. I have never heard that song before, and it was quite challenging, but I'm glad I took on the challenge. I'm
so
glad
good.
I did not back out.
Yeah,
I
damn
had
straight.
So much fun doing this.
Oh,
So thank you for letting me do that, and thank you for watching. And thank you. What more? Is there anything more? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.
oh, that was amazing. I gotta look up this band now. Who is this band? The Mars. That was such an amazing performance. So, like, one of the things that I was pointing out was the way that she was playing it kind of lent itself to the instrumentals much more, which works because it's supposed to be, a very syncopated, the song fits. What am I trying to say? Each of the elements of the song have to fit together, which is pretty obvious. But when you're playing a Rush song, it's even more of an obvious statement because Rush just has this way of making every single piece of the instrument blend, and it feels like it has a place. It doesn't feel like it's there because it has to be, but because it's a part of something bigger. And the fact that she pulled that off perfectly, wow. And it was a totally different take on it. I really like that, especially considering I've spent so much time listening to Rush. Like, pretty freaking good. So either way, that's been it. I will leave a link to this video, of course, down in the description. You can go check that out if you want to make sure to support them, or if you just want to see it without me talking down in the corner. And speaking of supporting their channel, also a link to Drumeo.'s main channel down in the description. Go check that out. And if you want to support this channel and you like this video, maybe leave it a like. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, as well as covers, I have some covers planned that are going to be extra fun. Go ahead and subscribe, and that is everything. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'm trying to do, obviously a split between the drum stuff. I'm trying to do some vocal stuff, listening to the vocalist, doing the covers, everything in between. So I'm here for all of it. We're just here to listen to music and have some fun, guys. So either way, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and have a good one.